Piss about nothing but the time. Flip, Bama, flip.
Give me Alabama to break home.
It's when somebody takes what's yours, and this is our game. It's our game. So that makes this shit personal.
Yes, sir. We making it personal. We in here tonight, baby. Sunday night talking Bama. JT in the house, your host. We got my man JB with us tonight as well. How we living, JB?
What's good, people? Y'all know who it is. JB, the man of the people, back for another Sunday night Talk'n Bama off-season edition, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stephen M. Smith be joining us here shortly, guys. But welcome in, guys. If you're watching us on any other platform that ain't on the YouTube channel, make sure you come up to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We just hit 13,000 subscribers here. Yes, we have a bunch of shows Monday through Sunday on here, guys. Check it out. Videos, updates, all about the Tide, whether it's basketball, football. We're going to be branching out some other sports as well, guys. But before we get started in all that and get the show running down tonight, JB, let the beautiful people know who we sponsored by here at the Bama Standard.
I keep it on me. There we go.
No, we keep it on.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Shouts out to the good people at whitwheelsports.com. Get your title towel to support your Crimson Tide 24/7, 365. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD to get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, sir. Check them out, guys. And for our main sponsor, guys, have you ever dreamed of having natural stone in or around your home? Don't settle for subpar material. Check out Lambstone's company of natural select products to meet all your project's needs. Lambstone is located in Oneonta, Alabama. It's one of the most oldest trusted sources here in the state. So contact them here today. Tell them that the Bama Standard sent you. You get 10% off your first order. Link right here, guys. Check them out, guys. As we get this show kicked off tonight, we got a good one, too. We're going to talk about the Alabama. Here he goes, folks. Here he goes.
Hold on.
The man, the myth, the legend, Stephen M. Smith coming in with the Do You Hear Me? What's up, brother?
What's up, my guy?
What's going on, guys? How we feeling?
Not much, man. Chilling. We about to get the show started tonight. We was letting the people know what we had in store for them tonight and about Alabama wide receiver room. We're going to talk about the Alabama offense, kind of recap on that. We're also going to touch base on a little bit non-Alabama, though, about the national championship game tomorrow night, Notre Dame and Ohio State. That's going to be a good game. It's something to talk about as well, guys. This last game of the season, too, for college football. So let's start it off right here with the wide receiver room. How is this wide receiver room going to look next year? Also, we could get some more guys in the portal. The spring portal opens up. We could lose some guys. That's going to be okay, yeah, there we go. That threw me off at the bottom right. That's going to be something to look at after A-Day game. But as of right now, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, Bach is going to be playing wide receiver. Jalen Hale coming back too, guys. That's a good name there. Cole Adams, Brooks, the wide receiver from Miami. Brooks, the freshman, and then Horton, the wide receiver from Miami. Tongue twisted there, my bad. Derek Meadows, freshman, coming in too, and then Rico Scott. So we got some guys. JB, how you feeling about this Alabama wide receiver room coming into 2024 here? What you thinking? What you feeling here? We got some guys. We got some good guys coming back, I think, too. It's going to be really good for us. How are we feeling about it, brother?
Well, right now, as we speak, in January, we're still 3 months away from spring ball and A-Day. We'll be able to see a little bit more on the field. Far as the guys we have in the locker room that's coming back, we have a little experience now. Jeremy Bernard, that was big to keep him. Another year, Ryan Williams. He turns 18 this year. So we got Ryan Williams with a year under his belt. Isaiah Horton, the Miami transfer. That's big for him to come in with his experience. And Cole Adams coming back. Cole Adams coming back off the injury. He played very well when he was in the game. Then you got Jalen Hale coming off injury, missed the whole year. So we have some guys that's familiar with Alabama, with the process, and some experience coming in from the transfer portal. Now, the young guys you mentioned, Derek Meadows, Lazier Brooks, Rico Scott got a little experience. So I want to see it though, man. I mean, I'm excited. I don't want to say I'm up here with it, but I'm not. It's a little bit above average for me. If I had to say, it's a little bit above average because I need to see. I need to see it.
Yeah.
Right, and
you don't want to glaze it too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because what happened is we overglazed the offense last year at the beginning of the season. We'll talk about that later when we talk about the offense, but we kind of overglazed it. So I'm gonna keep it at if the minimum is here, I'm gonna go a little bit above. But I like the talent. We have a lot of talent. I just need to see it in play, especially when we have a new quarterback. We're going to have a new quarterback behind center. No matter who it is, it's a new quarterback. So we'll get to see that process from the spring, summer into the 2025.
And JB, I wouldn't say a new system, but it's going to be a wrinkle in the system because it won't be the same as what you've seen. The quarterback won't have 20 run calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't be they might have a couple because Ty is a running quarterback. So if he is the guy, Keelan runs some too. Austin could run some too. So there may be some calls, but it wouldn't be what Milroe was called. So it'd be a little, but I'm with you 100%, brother, that would be that big thing. I want to see it too. And real quick, guys, if you got questions, hit the comments real quick, guys. We're going to hit those questions on the back end of the show, especially if they're wide receiver questions. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on the wide receivers too, all the people that are watching. Stephen M. Smith, tell me real quick, how are you feeling about the Alabama wide receivers? Is there a guy you're liking right now that you may feel, that could have his breakout year that maybe fans forgot about? Jalen Hale is one of those guys I know a lot of people talk about. How are you feeling, brother?
I like this room. And I'll go back to what JB mentioned. I mean, it's a room with experience now. It's a room that's always had some talent. It's just the time on task, right? That's the main thing, the time on task. You get back a Cole Adams who was doing well prior to injury. You get back a Jalen Hale, of whom so many people thought he would be the starter at X this past season before he got hurt. You bring back a Ryan Williams. It is crazy. Ryan turns 18 next month. It's wild. He did what he did at 17. So now he truthfully turns 18 next month. It's crazy. You got him back. You get Jeremy Bernard, who says, I want to run it back. And the back part of 2024, we saw Bernard really step up. And Mbakwe goes, hey, I want that receiver type money. So he goes over to wide receiver. So that's going to be interesting to watch him play there. Rico Scott began to pop the back portion of last season. And of course, you got Meadows and Brooks of a two freshman Brooks, who said, I think, Pennsylvania state records, in high school as a wide receiver. And you got Meadows, who's a 6'5", freak of athlete type of player. So you've got the talent, you've got the guys. It will be a different quarterback. Will there be a different offensive coordinator? We'll see. I mean, you guys still think, still early, month of January, could there be a move there between Sheridan? Is Grubb the guy for real? Does Grubb actually come? We'll see how that plays into the whole pot of gumbo here. But as far as just receivers, I like the talent. I like the potential. The time on task is where I got to hit it at.
Yeah, so kind of to mesh both of you guys up, just
I think that's related to you, JT.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, shout out to my wife right there watching the show. Firm support of the show here. But to allude to what both of you guys said and to put a meshing point on both of that, I like both of that, especially what JB was talking there. You don't want to be too hot right now. If the medium's here, I'm right here. I'm kind of in there 2.77, 7.5, 6, somewhere around there. Like I like it. We got potential. Let's see it. Stephen M. Smith said he likes the room a lot. I'm with you as well. Cole Adams coming back is something that a lot of people forget. But also, we didn't see him at all this year. But hell, that man would have been primed this year to break out in some moments where we wouldn't have needed to lean on Ryan Williams so much at 17, which he has that experience now, which is great, and that's wonderful. But now we're going to have more experience. Ryan Williams, Jalen Hale come in, Jeremy Bernard, another year at Bama right here, second year. He's got to come in and make a name for himself. He wants to go pro, So they get this wide receiver room's also got a little chip on the shoulder. A lot of talent, a lot of great things to look forward to. But I feel like they got a chip on their shoulder and something to prove this year as well.
I got a question for you, JT. I got a question for you guys. Do you think we have a 1,000-yard receiver? Because
I was gonna end it with this, and I was gonna say one of these guys is gonna hit 1K this year. I think Williams could possibly be the guy, but sneaky Jeremy Bernard, Jalen Hale. I think that's the three in my opinion. Like right now it's far out, but I would say those three right there are in the run for it, in my opinion.
Don't be shocked if it's Horton though. Ooh. Remember, he shared a deep receiver room in Miami with Cam Ward, and Cam Ward got the ball to everybody. So you look at the quarterback for Alabama. I mean, Ty Simpson is capable to get the ball to everybody. Austin Mack is capable. If Keelan Russell comes in here and takes everybody out the way, this could be very scary fun to watch. So Isaiah Horton could be the 1K guy to watch.
Right.
He could, and that's somebody, and also like we say this about that, and then who knows, we have a freshman break out of nowhere and Brooks comes in and I'm not saying he did, I'm just saying we say this,
crazy,
then we have,
it's crazy, JT. I mean, Derek Meadows, Brooks, either one of those two could shock everybody and come in here, take somebody's spot and just run with it. Like I always go back to 2011, that's 2012. Nobody thought in 2012 Amari Cooper was going to run with the way he did. Like Chris Black was supposed to have been that dude in 2012. Chris Black got hurt in fall camp, and Amari Cooper out of nowhere, they insert him the Ole Miss game of that year, and he took off and became a 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah, and he played great. That's a good point. Yeah,
another one. People didn't think early on 2015 that Calvin was going to pop off the way Ridley did. Because remember, Robert Foster, that was supposed to have been his season. Foster tears his rotator cuff against Ole Miss, and then Calvin Ridley takes off.
Yeah, and Calvin Ridley was that guy that the size wasn't theirs. Well, I think a lot of people were skeptical at first. It wasn't like that dominating size that we were used to seeing, I guess you would say. But the way he caught the ball and moved after, and what he did with the ball was amazing with Ridley right there too. And,
his routes were just sick. His routes were just sick.
And Derrick Henry, man, when you got him running the ball like that too, man, you got to put them in the box. Man, you're going to have a lot of one-on-ones out there, baby. You got to win. You beat your man, you're there. And it's hard to guard him one-on-one. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You put two on him, it's easier, but one-on-one, that man, he doing it to it, baby. Let's see, he said Horton better than Hale, Horton better than Hamilton, He's, I think he bid to win. Where did Hamilton end up going? Did he commit somewhere else?
Yeah, Arizona State.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was somewhere else. He was pretty decent too. I hate to see him go, but it is what it is. We got a nice little room though. But guys, we'll put a.
It's tough. It's tough, man, because I mean, you look back at it. From 2020 to 2023, all of those receivers aren't in the room anymore. You think about that. Only one receiver within that span of classes, only two receivers within that span of classes, 2020 to 2023, are still in that room, and that's Jalen Hale and Cole Adams. It's crazy when you think about that.
Yeah,
that's entirely new room, man.
And the transfer portal era has begun. That's basically
we're gonna see that a lot coming up. We're gonna see that a lot.
That's what I was alluding at. That's probably the new. I would say that's more the new norm than not. That where you have guys, it'd be more rare now when you have guys like close to the same room for 3 years. Like, even if it's like a 60-70% same room versus like somebody going to the lead, that's whatever. That happens. That happens. They're good. They balled out. They go to the lead. But we're talking about people leaving the program because of another program. So that's the world we live in now, man. It's crazy. Put a button on this though. Alabama wide receiver room. It's looking great for 2024. Don't want to be too hot. Don't want to glaze it too much in the offseason. But they got a chip on their shoulder, something to prove looking forward. So kind of keeping it in the same motion here. We're going to keep it in the 2024, though, for the Alabama offense. We can recap it a little bit now. There was a couple notable games in there, but also if you look at a couple notable stats for the offense, a lot of people's going to say how bad our offense was. I wouldn't say that our offense was so bad. I think it was just so spurty, inconsistent, more or less than bad, because it had moments. And if you look at if you're looking at points here, points per game average 33.8 per game, ranking them highly in offensive efficiency right there as 33.8 points, almost 34 points a game. They accumulated almost 5,400 yards over 13 games right there. I think that's really good too. I mean, so the offense has played great. Jalen Milroe, was tied 5th for the most rushing touchdowns. Alabama wide receiver Ryan Williams, 865 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's good too. So there was some guys that played good. Now, I think it was the fact of inconsistency. That Oklahoma game, we didn't do nothing. Imagine if we would have played good that game. Imagine we would have played a little bit better against Vanderbilt. I know we had some stats. We just scored 35 points. I get that, but it's still the point of playing a little bit better. JB, how are we feeling about this offense in 2024? And then maybe what can we carry over with this, right? This is a transition year for DeBoer. And DeBoer just got here. You got to count year one. You got to wash your hands with it here. Transition year. That 2024 Tide offense recap. How are we feeling about it, bro?
Oh man, to be honest, it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it was pretty mediocre, right? And I don't really want to take a lot from that to this upcoming season. We didn't run the ball as much as we should have, and that was a problem. We ran the ball with the quarterback, but as far as the running backs, we need to get the running backs more involved, man. This should be a big year for Jam Miller. His last season, he came back. This should be 1,000-yard season for Jam Miller, even if it's 1,000 rushing and receiving combined. 700 rushing,
total yards. Yep.
Yes, he should get over 1,000 total. We need to see more. We need to see a lot of Richard Young action in there.
Yes.
Some AK Deer. We got some backs. So, and I expect that, like you mentioned, JT, we're not going to have 20 quarterback runs, and you don't want the quarterback running that much. So, I expect more from the backs. As far as wide receiver room, I want to see what Coach Shep does in year 2. I want to see him move Ryan Williams around, put him in different spots, get him the ball so he can get the yards after the catch, and open up for guys. German Bernard was open so much last season. Miro missed him a lot. Most of the time when the ball went his way, I should have looked this up, but I can guarantee you he had over 90% catching. He didn't drop a lot of passes.
Whenever he could get it, and it was on him, he called it.
Yeah. He was pretty short-handed. I would say German Bernard was pretty short-handed. That's why I put him at a wide receiver 1 and Ryan at wide receiver 2. So, but as far as this offense goes, man, we should lean on the running game, get this O-line together, especially the tackles, because whoever the quarterback is, you don't want to set them up in passing situations where your tackles is coming to get them. You don't want to set them up, because it's going to be, you strive to get first downs, or if you have to get third downs, you want 3rd and 3. You want something like that. You don't want to be in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, because those are obvious passing downs. So that's why the running game is going to be key. And we have to get some offensive tackles when we are in those passing situations to protect the quarterback. Give them that extra second. 1 second can mean so much when the quarterback seeing the guy open, reading the next read. This 1 extra second can make a whole difference in a first down or, big play. So that's all I want to see. Last year offense, leave that in the past. And just take some of the good things, because guys had excellent seasons like Bernard, Ryan Williams. They had great seasons, but we're going to miss Tyler Booker. We're going to miss some of those guys. And hopefully get us a healthy Jaden Roberts in there. a slim, not slim, but a trim
Slimmer.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proctor, lose a little weight. We need some leaders on that front line. Some dogs, some real dogs.
Yeah.
We need to start putting belt to ass on the in the trenches.
I agree. And definitely that'll show a lot for this year. And that'll be a big thing for this year. Especially we might have the passing game could be different. Maybe more time back there. Yeah. The offensive line, the blocking schemes will be different, obviously. So that's going to be good to watch. August is kickoff. I can't wait till 2025 kickoff. They had a meeting about the playoffs, or adjusting the rules or playoffs for this year. They said right now they wasn't doing anything at the moment, but that don't mean they're canceling it out for 2025. So keep your eyes on that. So Stephen M. Smith, how we feeling, brother, right here about the Tide offense on a recap year right there? You heard what we said about that. There was some highlights. There was some not so highlights. There was some inconsistencies. How we feeling, brother?
I mean, it was both good and bad. And JB called it. It was mediocre, right? We had the Georgia moment where Bama came out guns blazing. You had the Wisconsin moment where they played well. You had the LSU moment where they just drug Brian Kelly's skull through the mud. And then they had some rough moments. They had Oklahoma, which was rough. You had Tennessee, which was rough. You had Vanderbilt, which was not pretty. And you had South Carolina, which was not pretty, though you won that game. So it was a little bit of both. But I'll put this to, it was mediocre because Kalen DeBoer did not quite understand what conference I'm in, right? When you come from the Pac-12, which is no longer a conference, and you join the SEC, which is grown man football, it wakes you up quick. You get a rude awakening quick of you in the big leagues now, bro. And so when you in the big leagues now, bro, it takes you a minute to adjust and get the firm understanding of, wait, I got to go about things differently. So this offseason has been one where you have seen Kalen DeBoer make some moves here. He was able to bring in a Jason Jones defensively, former Alabama player. That was a very good addition right there. You're able to take a Chuck Morrell, who was a longtime defensive assistant, make him an on-field coach with linebackers, so Kane Womack can have full range of calling the defense how he wants to do it. Offensively, I'm sure DeBoer will be starting to make some moves there as well. But this offseason is one where DeBoer is hitting the reset button, right? He came in last year. He got education on what it means to play in the SEC and coach in this conference. Now, this upcoming season, we're going to watch him put the education to use. I think you muted that, JT.
Got you on mute, brother.
Oh, I am mute. I forgot. I didn't want to say that when he was talking right here. JB, hit the super chat for us real quick, brother.
Okay. What we got? Cowboys, $4.99. If Proctor doesn't come in the spring camp under 325, he needs to be moved to guard. Ooh, I think that's a big
lot of people have said this. A lot of people said this, though. I've heard this before.
What you think, Steven?
Go ahead.
I don't think he's gonna hit 325, bro.
That's a big old ask, boy.
I mean, I think 340 and move to guard. 340.
I've heard the move to guard a couple times. That's what I was getting at. Not 325 necessarily, but the move to guard. Yeah. I've heard that if the weight's a little slimmer, not saying you gotta be skinny, but
yeah,
a little slimmer, man.
We need some tackles, man. We really need some tackles. I'm concerned right now at the tackles, left and right.
I'm with you too, bro, because we got to make sure that O-line, any position, O-line in the SEC is huge, and can be detrimental in definite certain games when you got matchups where you got what was the guy from Tennessee on the line?
James Pierce.
Yes. That's a matchup nightmare, dog.
That's why this coaching staff is so wanting to see Wilkin Formby pop. They want to see Wilkin pop so badly because if Formby pops, that solves one tackle position. The other tackle spot, you have a Casey Poe who can play it. You have a Joseph Ionata who can play it. You have an Olas Anganin who can play it. You've got some guys who can play that spot, but they want to see, can Wilkin pop? Because if Wilkin can pop, that solves half the issue. Then you look at, okay, who can we put on the other side to where now we can safely think about moving a Caden Proctor to guard. You even got, some freshman offensive linemen that came in, in this recent class right here. Can one of those guys come in and contribute? A Michael Carroll, a Jackson Lloyd, a Mal Waldrop, who's a 3-star mauler. That kid, a 3-star, he mauled a mess out of you. So you got Waldrop, you got Carroll, you got Michael DeBoer, you got Jackson Lloyd. Can any of those kids as freshmen come in and take a spot? The coaching staff, they want to see Formby pop, because Formby popping settles a lot of this.
Right.
Yes, and I think that, and a couple of guys coming in too. We talk about size. Carroll has size. We talk about when the freshman lineman coming in. Carroll has size. Yeah. I'm glad to speak on this real quick, and then we can move off. I'm glad Ty went ahead and decommitted and did what he was going to do, because I kept going. Yeah, I wanted that off just get it off, bro. We all knew already like what was up. So like, the longer that drug out, didn't like that much. Carroll's really good though. Justin, pull the super chat up real quick. You cannot play left tackle in SEC at 340. These ends are way too fast and can bend damn near parallel. Yeah, tired of seeing do this. Yeah, Cowboys. That's what we're
absolutely.
That's exactly what we were talking about, and why we're talking about moving them. Go ahead, Stephen Smith.
And so this is the reason why what Cowboys just said. You think about the big time offensive tackles in Alabama. Especially those that played during the Saban run. You had Cam Robinson, who was 310, right? You had Barrett Jones, who's about 305, 310, right? You had Cyrus Quanjo, who's about 315, 320. Those guys were now 340 plus. The first 340 plus guy, Jonah Williams, was like 310. Jedrick Wills was like 310, 315 at the most. Like the first dude that was like 350 plus was Evan Neal. And we now see Evan in the NFL had so much trouble, he had to get moved to guard. So the ideal tackle now to handle these edge bending defensive ends, wolf rushers, bandit players on the edge, you got to have a 310, 315 tackle that's light on his feet and that can set and reestablish an anchor and an edge to protect the quarterback. So for Proctor, I mean, getting him down to 325 is a tall order. If David Ballou and the nutrition staff can get that done, they deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. If Ballou and the nutrition staff can get that done, they deserve a Nobel Prize, man, for real. But realistically, 340 and he moves to guard.
Okay. Yeah. 340 moves to guard. That's been a lot of talk. Been a lot of talk on that one right there. Yeah. Put a button on that one real quick. The O-line, that's definitely something that's a lot of people's concerns for the Tide coming into this year. That was a concern for the 2024 season as well. The 2025 class coming in, I do like, especially Carroll, the size of him. I feel he could possibly come in with a little bit of polish, and he might be able to get some PT and get some reps. Depends on how things roll. But getting Parker back was huge as well, in my opinion. I think that's more allude back to that. Getting him back was huge. Him coming back. That's huge.
I'll say this. Congrats to McLaughlin for winning the whole Remington or whatever. Parker Brailsford was the best center in college football. Dude,
that man.
Beast. One bad snap, and it wasn't even his fault. The rain got to that against LSU. One bad snap. Parker Brailsford graded out. If you look at Pro Football Focus, he graded out at 89% or better in blocking assignments every game this season. He did not give up a sack. Brailsford is the real deal. I am so happy he decided to come back. He's the real deal.
Yeah. That's why I didn't mention him when I talked O-line, because he's the solid piece. I don't, he stays healthy. I have no issue with him. He's great.
Yeah. So, guys, real quick, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here on the channel. If you're watching us, guys, we don't give about nothing but time all the way through this channel, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe here, guys. We in here all the time, Monday through Sunday. Yeah, if you don't like our faces, there's some other faces on this channel somewhere you might like. So
I think we got some pretty good faces. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, no. But, different strokes, different folks. JB, let the beautiful people know what they need to have in Coleman Coliseum. And them boys was rocking up in Lexington on Saturday. Them boys played good.
Yeah.
What
they had a good bounce back. Hey, you going to Coleman Coliseum, you got some big games coming up. They got Auburn coming up next month. You got Kentucky coming to us next month. So y'all need to be in Coleman Coliseum with the title towers up high in the sky. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the coupon code Standard, man. Get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Man, and I'm saying for me, it is incredible what Nate Oates has done with this basketball program.
Yes.
I remember when Mark Godfrey was on his run, and people were getting excited with the Erwin Dudleys, the Antoine Petways, and how exciting that was. And then you bring in Anthony Grant, and it dropped some. And then Avery Johnson tried his best to kind of keep it going. He gave us Colin Sexton, which was outstanding, John Petty, those guys. So no offense to Avery Johnson, but the job Nate Oates has done.
Yeah.
I mean, not just winning championships, getting to the Final Four, recruiting elite talent. You could put any of those guys on that floor, the way Sears and Youngblood and Big Cliff, and these guys can score. I hope Grant Nelson does not trim off his mustache. Don't do
listen. I saw Mark Sears give Cliff a oop in the middle of that game the other day, and most people know what I'm talking about. The ball just floated above the rim. It felt like for like 2 seconds, and Cliff was just floating and just caught that thing. I was just like, man, like just the energy, like in the hard grit basketball Bama plays right now. I know this isn't even on our agenda tonight, but love it, guys. Check us out on delete that off. Check us out on Thursday nights, going hard in the paint, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We have Bama hoops, guys. Check us out. And got the mustache, my boy Nelson right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna trim off the beard and keep the stash going for Nelson. Real quick before we wait. He said, JT, how sick was you when TikTok went down? I was sick, bro. I'm hurt, all right? We back now, though, all right? We back on the talks. We back up. They can't keep us down, baby. They can't keep us down. I was hurt, bro. I was hurt.
JT.
I was crashing out.
JT, I'm not going to lie. I was in my prayer closet for you, brother.
Boy, you needed to be. I was about to lose it, bro. I was starting to crash out.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, JT. I was in serious prayer for you, man, because I was concerned. But but guys,
we back, baby.
We back. But guys, I'm gonna let y'all continue to rock this thing out. I gotta hop off here, get some dinner made here. Hey, we rolling tied up, baby.
Hey, real quick. Who you got in the Natty tomorrow?
I love what Freeman is doing at Notre Dame. I love it.
But
I'm gonna go Ohio State, man.
Oh, not so fast.
They sat there. If $20 million if $20 million of NIL don't buy you a championship, Ryan Day, you don't deserve to coach.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, we'll see. So that's it, baby. Stephen M. Smith with a hot take. Ohio State 87, Notre Dame 3. I'm just
Y'all take it easy, man.
All right, Stephen. Roll Tide.
That's gonna roll Tide, brother. So that's gonna kick us right off into our next topic, guys. That's why I want to ask that. A Notre Dame and Ohio State preview here. And JB, before we get off into this, I'm reading off some facts about their history real quick. Ohio State has a 6-2 all-time record against Notre Dame. with their most recent victory, 17-14 in South Bend on September 23rd. That was not 2024 or 2023 season. Teams have met in the regular season the past 2 years, 2022, 2023. Ohio State winning both of those. And right here, Ohio State, like these are just some like strategy things. Like I've kind of looked at some right here for Ohio State. Utilizing their playmakers and targeting Jeremiah Smith, their defense must continue to pressure the quarterback and force turnovers. Notre Dame's strategy involves forcing Ohio State into long third down situations so then they can capitalize on special teams, make big plays. That's kind of how I'm looking at that one. Ohio State's what they need to do versus what Notre Dame needs to do here. Both teams are really good. I do like this national championship game. I don't think it's a host natty. I think Notre Dame deserves to be here. They played really great for the playoffs. Ohio State, $20 million. Stephen said, if they don't buy you a natty or get you close to it, I don't know what to tell you. So, JB, how are you feeling about this Notre Dame, Ohio State preview, man? How are you feeling about it? Tomorrow night, what is it, 6:30? Is it 6:30? I think 6:30.
6:30, 7:30, something like that. Yeah. So, a lot of people probably did not predict this to be the national championship at the beginning of the season. Well, Ohio State, they with the $20 million roster and all that, they have built a great team. And I said this probably like a couple weeks ago. This is the best college football team since the 2020 Bama team, in my opinion. Ooh, this is the best team that I've seen in the last 5 years. Because if you look at all of the talent at each position, look at the running back room with Jenkins and Henderson, two NFL running backs, that's going to go and play on Sundays next season. Will Howard, he's going to the Senior Bowl. I'll be down there. Hope to talk to him as well. Caleb Downs, man. We say what you want about Caleb Downs. He is one of the best players in college football, and he will be a top 5, possibly 5, top 10 pick when he comes out. He will be a top 5, top 10 pick. But his playmakers all Jeremiah Smith. Hey, you can say he's the best player in college football. Jeremiah Smith, you can say he's the best player in college football. You have pro football players saying that he can come and play right now in the NFL as a freshman. He can come out right now and play. So, I mean, that kid reminds you of Julio Jones. I mean, what more can you say? But shouts out to Marcus Freeman because he's got Notre Dame. They've been playing very well. The defense has been playing hard. Shouts out to Riley Leonard, man. Fairhope, Alabama's own.
Sir.
He transferred there. He wanted to win a national championship because he was at Duke the year before. No way you're winning a national championship at Duke.
Duke.
So, hey, man, you got to give it up to him. It's going to be a great game. I don't foresee a blowout because last year, I know it's different players, but when they played, you just said it was, 17-14 or something like that?
Yep, 17-14 in South Bend. In South Bend.
I remember I watched that game. But yes, talent-wise, Ohio State, best team I've seen in 5 years. They should win this game by 2 or more touchdowns. If Notre Dame can get some turnovers, if they can run the ball well, because Jeremiah Love is a great running back as well.
Too.
Yes, and Riley Leonard can run the ball.
And JB, Jeremiah Love called out Ohio State. I know you know what I'm talking about. You seen that little video when he said, "Now I want Ohio State to beat Texas or whatever," because he wants to play Ohio State. He thinks they're the better team or whatever. So I think, well, that resonating with this too, a little spicy.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, man, I got to go Ohio State if you asking me. Will I be surprised if Notre Dame win? No, because we just saw Michigan beat Ohio State.
True.
I can't say I will be surprised. It will probably be a failed season if Ohio State did not win this game. It will be a failed season. So, but we want to see. It's going to be won. To me, whoever has the best defense, whoever can get the other team off the field, cause turnovers. But you got to stop so much on Ohio State. You have to stop so much. You have to stop the running game. You have to force Will Howard to make mistakes. And if you try to stop Jeremiah Smith, you saw what happened to who did they play? I never forgot who they played the last game. They tried to stop Jeremiah Smith and
Mbakwe or what's his name?
Yeah, he got off. Everybody else got off. Cornell Tate got off.
Cornell Tate got off. Yeah, third.
Texas,
tight end.
Texas.
Yeah, tight end. Yeah.
So I mean,
that is. Cornell Tate. Yeah, he said probably the front seven on Notre Dame is something and that's what I alluded to when I was saying getting pressure. Will Howard forcing turnovers. That's the key for Notre Dame there. And forcing Ohio State in the third and longs. Like when I say third and longs, behind the sticks, behind 10. Like third and 12s, third and 13s. Get them off balance on first and second down and hold them. And if Notre Dame can do that, I think Notre Dame can live there, and then Notre Dame can run and control clock. That's what they want to be. Now, Notre Dame does not want to be down 14-0. That's where it's going to be like, whoa, yeah, bro, because you're not built to score like that unless you get a blown coverage on a run play, a pass play. A lot of people said that Penn State game, they won by 10 or whatever, but they talked about like the 90-yard touchdown. Without that, it's a 3-point game. What's the big difference? So you can't take away the 90-something yard touchdown. I get that, but it's still one of those things, capitalize on them opportunities as well. So a lot of things Notre Dame needs to do here. I like Notre Dame in this one. I think it's going to be like a 27-24, 24-21, something like that. I think it's going to be one of those games where I think if you get 30, you win, I think. I honestly think the defenses are going to play really well in this game here. People are going to be up for this game. Also, the thing I like here when they asked Notre Dame's coach halftime when they were playing Georgia, this is what made me almost buy in Notre Dame right then. They said, what do you got to do to win the rest, to finish out this game, to win the game? He was like, well, we came into the game ready to play 60-plus minutes. When he said that let me know right there that if the game went into overtime, he already had his boys ready. They didn't have time to get ready. They were already ready. So when Georgia was on that sideline getting ready for OT, they would have already been ready. So what tells me that is Freeman has these boys ready. They're locked. They're loaded. They're ready to play 60-plus minutes, not just 60. They're ready to run it for you another 5, 10, 15, whatever you want to do. So that's why I like Notre Dame here. Ohio State, that Michigan, I go back to them now. They said that was a turning point. Obviously, it feels like that Michigan game was light years ago now, where Ohio State is. Going back to that, I look at that and you're like, if Notre Dame can look at what Michigan did on defense and be like, hey, we could probably do this. Like, our defense ain't far from theirs. Like, we could do this. Like, let's emulate this. Let's try to do what they did. Boom. So it's going to be a good game tomorrow night. National championship game. 12-team playoff natty. First one. Oh, man. The excitement's here, guys. I know it ain't Bama. No, it's not us. It sucks. But at the same time, you got to understand it's a national championship game. And in honor of that, I wore the 1992 edition Alabama National Championship right here, baby. This is the original Letterman right here. Pops bought that 92 for me. I was a little baby, you know what I'm saying? But, got the OG on tonight. But, guys, I want to hear y'all. Well, okay, he said he's taking Notre Dame.
Give me a score prediction.
I want to see. Yeah, score prediction. Give me 27-24. I'll stick with that. And I'm going to go to Notre Dame, 27-24, Notre Dame. And I think they get on a late field goal. I think it's going to be like 24-24 Notre Dame with the ball, 2 minutes, 18 seconds, drives down. It's probably about 51 seconds, and they get a run play, run the clock down much as they can, and then kick a field goal. And it's panic time for Ohio State after that.
I tell you
if
what,
if I'm right, JB, we're going to pull that back on that time frame. We're going viral, all right?
I tell you what, because you made me remember of how Notre Dame just beat Penn State. Penn State gave the game away. They had the long touchdown pass was a busted coverage. Then they had the ball, and the quarterback from Penn State literally just threw the game away. He gave them an interception, and they kicked the walk-off field goal. So, I mean, I don't foresee Ohio State doing that. I don't foresee the secondary getting beat like that when you got Latham Ransom, Caleb Downs back there, and you got guys, Jack Sawyer, who's a beast.
Oh,
Riley
Sawyer
Leonard,
is nice.
Man, Riley Leonard is going to have issues because Jack Sawyer is coming up. Man, listen, give me Ohio State 38-24.
Okay. Yeah. You think they get the late and pull away late? You think it'll be a game until late?
Yeah,
or
they
third
pull away
quarter?
late. Similar to how they beat Texas.
Okay, yeah. And see, man, how they beat Texas, man, I thought Texas was about to come back and went 7-7. And then that 75-yard run, I was like, oh, buddy. I remember that with that Zeke run. I remember that all too well, son.
Riley Leonard's going to have to make a lot of hero plays. He's going to have to make a lot of hero plays, man.
He's going to have to be MVP type, Heisman type night. He's going to have probably 400 total yards, 4 touchdowns, or not necessarily 4 touchdowns, but 4 scores of some type of getting there, whether it's field goal scores, it's touchdowns. He's going to have to get them down there, get them some scores. And then the defense is also going to have to match that with what they do on the side of the ball there. So, guys, yeah, I see a 28-27 Notre Dame. I'm close to that, too. We'll move over here to the audience questions and answers. Okay. Justin's going to run through these guys. I'll go. JB will go. If you got some more, pop them in real quick. Cowboys, our left tackle needs to be moved to guard. We spoke about that, Cowboys. Exactly. He was in there with us. We kind of already hit that. Definitely, we can't get them leaner, can't get them slimmer. Move them over. We need to get the offensive line rolling, baby.
And JT, I know you're talking about Michael Carroll, man. I'm excited to see what Michael Carroll can do. Yeah, because he's like a 5-star plus. You know, he's one of those guys who he can play as a freshman. I just want to see who comes in as a freshman and takes them a position. Because it's not going to be given; it's going to be earned.
It's definitely going to be earned, bro. And there's nothing going to be given because DeBoer, I wouldn't say he's on the hot seat, but it's warmish. It's like you need to do something this year. It's, there's no, that was your first year, saving, transfer portal, this, that. No, we got a whole year in now. We water in the garden. The sun's about to come back out. We got to let these flowers grow now, get stuff right. So hit the next one real quick. Justin, JB, hit that.
Okay. How do y'all feel about the New Wave podcast? I like it, but it feels weird. Glad Q Rob was able to get a feature on there. I like the New Wave podcast. And, we had, So the way they do it, they record episodes. They don't just record every week. And, they record probably 3-4 at a time. And then they stretch them out. But it's good to see. Now, during the season, I can kind of see it may be a distraction, a little bit during the season. But as far as getting some stuff done before the season, once you lock in, that's fine with me. I mean, it's pretty entertaining. I like to watch it.
Yeah. And what JB said about that, too, they talked about, we had Walt Brock on a couple episodes ago, and he's the guy over all of it. They talked about during the season, they record like 3 episodes in this week or something. They don't even bother them some weeks because they know schedule's too hard, road game, got schoolwork, got finals, got X, Y, and Z. Right now, they're probably going to be recording a lot of stuff in the summer for the season, too. I could see that happening, too.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of recording in June and July for August, September, and November. They'll record some fresh stuff in that, too, but not so much as you'll need for that. But, yeah, JB, you hit that on the head there.
Yeah. It's not like us. It's not like a live show like we doing.
Yes.
It is pre-recorded.
Yeah. They're pre-recorded.
So I don't have a problem.
Which is so much. You can tape, you can clip it. You ain't got to worry about nobody saying nothing, crazy or anything get hit on the web or something like that. So then that's good too, especially with the fame and the eyes on that show. That's good. Bama's and well taken care of hands with that.
Yeah.
Let's roll it, Justin. Let's see, Mr. Joe. Do you think our offensive line needs to hit the weight room? It was getting pushed around a lot. Yes. So, yes and no. So we need some guys to slim up a little bit to kind of be able to move, but at the same time, yes, I see what you're saying, man. We need to be able to pop you in the mouth when that ball comes up and not get popped in the mouth. So, yes, Mr. Joe, I believe we do need to hit the weight room probably a little bit, and I think that can change. You got to think with DeBoer coming in, transition year, maybe some stuff fell through the cracks. We don't know. Maybe he's tightening up some things. He just got in the new coach, Jones, which is good there too. So that's, seeing what he's doing with his staff, moving things around. I trust DeBoer. I think the offensive line get ready to go. We just got to get some guys slimmed down, maybe move some guys around. So that'll be a good one to look at. But yeah, Mr. Joe, I definitely agree with you. Maybe so. Amp up a little bit, get more beefier. Nothing hurts getting a little more beefier in between the edges.
This is a big year for Coach Cap, man. Coach Cap coming in,
Yes.
He's been on the recruiting trail. He got a great recruiting class on the O-line coming in. Now it's about putting the work in. Once you got these guys in for the spring and the summer, you put the work in. Some guys may need to slim down. You get them slim. You want an athletic offensive line. You want an athletic offensive line, too, that can move some guys and they can move their own damn bodies. You don't want no stiff offensive linemen.
You don't, man, because we roll our linemen out a lot on run plays, on rollout plays, and you got to be able to move, especially in the SEC, man, because these defensive guys are moving.
Exactly.
Let's hit the next one real quick. Hit this one.
Joe Edwards again. Who will be a good special teams coach? We did not block punt this time. I don't know. Who is the special teams coach? That's a good question. We don't pay a lot of attention to the special teams.
Yeah.
You
know what? Right, next episode, we're going to talk about special teams, JB.
We don't.
Next episode.
Because, it was kind of you're right. We didn't get a lot of pressure, a lot of block punts.
Javier Arenas just got hired for that position. Yes. That is great. That is fantastic.
He's one of the best special team players we've had.
In my opinion, I remember growing up, bro. He was one of my favorite of all time, bro, when Javier Arenas was back there, baby. Yeah. Oh, man, Javier Arenas was nasty.
Man, hopefully we get a threat at punt return. We haven't had a threat at punt return, man.
And that's a sneaky lethal weapon there, JB. That helps your offense out more than you know. Starting on the 40 and getting a first down and now you're midfield. It's like, okay, we're almost in field goal range.
You don't have to run them back. Just get across. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and let's see. Let's hit the next one real quick. Chapman family. Do you all think the FSU game will be tough week 1 in Tallahassee? I'm probably gonna be at that one. I got a huge FSU buddy. He's got season tickets, so I'm probably gonna be at that one. I do think it's going to be a little more tougher than people thought because guess what? They're going to want to start their season over and get back on top too. We are as well. Is this a make or break game playoff-wise? No. You'll be able to make the playoffs, win or lose here. That won't affect your playoff chances or conference champions either because it's a non-conference game. Yeah. But this just means a lot because it's the first game of the season. We're in Tallahassee. I like to see a true road game to start the season. That's going to tell a lot about the Tide right here. Open it up on the road in all whites in Tallahassee. Not too far from the state of Alabama, obviously. We'll probably travel well down there. It's going to be some crimson down there. But it's going to be lit. So the Tide's going to have to show up for that one. And I think Bama will. We'll talk more about that, obviously, as the season comes on. But, Javier Arenas is the special teams coach. It ain't no would-be fire. He is, bro. I see in the comments. He is. That's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough game, man. Gus Malzahn, OOC. He knows how to beat Alabama. Yes, and let's see. Oh man, that one. Oh man, that's gonna be but he knows how to beat a Nick Saban Alabama. That's what he was good at beating. This is the Kalen DeBoer. It could be a little different. We'll see though. But JB, hit this one for us right here. That's how Damon got my boy Davis. If Notre Dame runs the damn football and controls the clock, they have a shot. You're absolutely right. They have to control that clock, man. Try to keep that talented Ohio State offense off the field. You're absolutely right about that. If they can do that, also cause some turnovers, they can absolutely win. Will they do it? I don't think so. JT does, but I don't think so. I do. I think so. I got a little faith in Notre Dame, man. I've been riding with them. If not, Ohio State gets it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is then. I'd be going. Pull the last one up real quick, Justin. Or was that the last one? Q Rob should have hit Bobby. yeah, man. A lot of people should have hit it, dude, because they're probably gonna stop it here soon. We that 28, 29 years old playing college football, I get it, but it is what it is. I think he should have told it been nice to have Q Rob back. But don't miss Q Rob, man. Yeah, go miss him. Go miss him. You hate to lose a guy. Guy gets injured, and
and he can't play. You kind of hate that, But Justin Jefferson, he did the Pavia, and he got it. So
yeah, he did, and he got it, that's going to help us out a lot too on the back end there too. Guys, real quick, Alabama cheerleading just won the national championship. They beat out Tennessee. So shout out to the Alabama cheer national champs this year for the Tide. Another natty coming home to T-Town, baby. And guys, want to announce that Rob Montgomery will be on the Bama Standard Tuesday night, guys. Make sure you're here on Tuesday night for the flagship show. 7 p.m. Central. They got my man Montgomery coming on to Bama Stand-Up. Going to be talking about a whole lot of Tide. Make sure you're here. Marvin's acting up. Steven's acting up. You're going to have Steve Brown. 6 p.m. Central. I'm thinking of us. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Great job, JP. Bad by me. But, guys, make sure you're here for that, guys. Make sure you're here tomorrow to check out the opening kick with Daniel Petty and Smoke Dixon. Make sure you're here to check out the show. They're going to have a great thing to kick off. Great lineups coming up, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Like I just said at the beginning of the show, we hit 13,000 subscribers here at YouTube. So if you know somebody, tell a friend about the shows here, and that will be awesome. Once again, guys, thank y'all for watching the show. Thank you guys for staying in week and week out. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for staying here. All that wonderful thing. JB, let the beautiful people know where they can find you at, brother.
Y'all can find me all over the Bama Standard Network. Wednesday night, man, with the Crimson Dynasty with C.C. Payne, Dan, and man James. We have a big show coming up this week. 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday night, Bama Standard. Also right here, Sunday night, Talk'n Bama, 7 p.m. Central Time. Every Sunday. Find me on Sports Talk with JB. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Sports Talking with JB.
Yes, sir. Guys, check us out on Thursday nights, too. It's a new show here on the channel, but going hard in the paint, myself, Daniel Petty, and Herb. They're talking some Bama hoops. And we got some special guests we're going to have coming on soon. I'll be announcing those. We got some big things coming for Alabama basketball, guys. The Tide ranked 4. The new rankings will come out tomorrow, or do they come out today?
I thought they come out tomorrow.
Tomorrow at noon. I still assume we'll be top 10. We did drop one, but we won one against the top 10 team too. I think it's going to balance itself out. We'll kind of stay right there, top 6, 7-ish probably. I don't think we'll go up any because we lost, but Ole Miss wasn't a scrub necessarily. That was ranked too. SEC teams are good this year, so check us out on Going Hard in the Paint on Thursday nights. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And that's all, guys.
I see a final question. Post that final question from earlier Hawthorne.
Oh.
It's a question.
When will we win another championship game?
Next season. This next season coming up. I'm going out on a limb. Alabama will win a national championship next season.
What JB said. And that's how we go in the show.
Don't give a
Close the curtain.
About nothing but the Tide, baby.
The Tide, baby. Roll Tide. Close the curtain.